It started as a scenic adventure, canyoning in Jordan, and ended up with a trip to the emergency room. We arrived at Wadi Mujib. Wadi Mujib is a UNESCO-declared biosphere reserve. Several rivers from the mountains fill the river between the gorge that empties into the Dead Sea. Due to health reasons, I am on bed rest for several months out of the year.
Look at my baby being quick.
Being able to push my body through physical activity is empowering. Being with our guide, Mr. Fathi, I knew that we would not be moving so aggressively.
We're out in Wadi Mujib. We're gonna get some hiking done. Got some water going on. No makeup, no wig, no nothing. Just raw, raw, raw.
We went from shallow to waist-deep water real quick.
We're going lower now.
Then back to shallow. Let's just say that the water is quite dynamic and can be at any depth throughout your excursion. My husband and Mr. Fathi thought that I was doing way too much and hired a local canyon guide. He would drag me away from danger and into safety. A good investment. But I guess I worked him too hard. Why did he do me like that? Joke is on him because I enjoyed it and went back. Oh yes, during this adventure, I plan to make him work hard after that stunt. Catch me if you can. Now he's messing with my man? Oh, it is on. Climbing boulders. Although upper body strength is necessary, it wasn't as bad as I thought. My hubby could not get over the beautiful views. The closest views to Wadi Mujib that we have seen in our travels are in Kenya and Eastern Australia. I just wanted to swim as much as possible.
Thank you.
But there was more rope tugging than swimming. Swimming against the current was just plain futile. So I started to enjoy the scenery just like my husband.
I'm having something.
You're having something.
Waterfalls that were too dangerous to scale were blocked off with bungee ropes. As long as he's smiling, I'm happy. We had to be very strategic because the ropes were wet and rocks could get slippery. I am glad that I wore gloves for an extra grip. It is important to take breaks between the intense physical activity to avoid muscle fatigue. Pace yourself. You don't have to speed through everything. Going too fast increases your chances of an accident. I learned that going slower on the ropes was more fun. Slowing down will help you enjoy the scenery more. Make sure to locate and adhere to the posted caution signs. If you can't read them, ask a guide. They are spread out through the reserve. The breaks were becoming longer. I started to see that my husband was over it.
I love my husband.
I became his cheerleader. As an olive branch, we mutually decided that the next hill would be our last climb. The mist was more visible here than in any other location. Everything was saturated with water and extremely slippery. The water was even coming through the rock's crevices. The accident.
Michelle, stop.
What?
Stop.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He cut himself. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, he got gas. Oh my God!
The guide assessed the gash under his lip and quickly escorted my husband back. My husband asked me to take the final slide for the both of us because he was not going to experience it. I'm worried about him having a concussion, bleeding out, passing out, and the possibility of him getting an infection, and all he could think about was that slide. So, I slid for the both of us.
So how'd I go? Just like this?
Yes.
Now that I have this video, I have to catch up with the crew and literally go back the same way. I was so scared of him fainting. They checked him out in the office and decided that he had to go get stitches. All things considering, he handled the trauma very well. When he hit his face on the boulder, his teeth cut through his bottom lip. Thank God he still has all his teeth. We had to drive through the winding desert for a half hour to the city of Madaba. That is where the nearest hospital was. If Madaba sounds familiar, it is because this is the place where God allowed Moses to see the promised land. He was immediately tended to, and the whole staff was amazing. He ended up getting 13 stitches outside of his mouth. They could not stitch the inside. This caused him to randomly bleed out, even when he was not eating. The local police had to come and meet and interview the tourist that got injured. We went to the pharmacy and got his prescription and necessary supplies. I just have to say that the healthcare in the U.S. is exorbitantly expensive. Although his lip was swollen through the rest of the trip, he still managed to enjoy himself. And, of course, eat. 6 months later, he had plastic surgery to remove the inner scarred tissue. He is fine today.